What's going on to all my concept thinkers out there? For some reason, guys, so right when I get done, I just got back from a run. I I'm all over the place. My beard's all messed up. Haven't shaved my head and I'm sweaty. For some reason, I have these runs. For some reason, I have these runs, and when I get done working out, or while I'm working out, I think of some incredible content to share with you guys. So, hello to all my concept thinkers. Before we dive in, of course, if this content brings you any type of information that you could use in your wholesaling journey, your real estate investing journey, please like, subscribe, share, comment, give me some feedback. I like it. I like it. So let's dive right in. So something that was really on my mind this morning when I was running was wholesale language. All right. And if you've been following me, you know that my e-course is on the way. How to make 5K before 5 o'clock. I'm super excited for it because it truly is a wholesale mastermind. All right. It is a business success course. All right. If you're interested in wholesaling, you're gonna need this course, I'm telling you. And no wishy-washy, watch this video and subscribe to this, and it's gonna give you 5 more videos that you gotta subscribe to get the next 5. None of that, right? And I don't want to take away from the fact that, of course, the content we want to make sure that we're delivering gets better and better. All right. But you'll be able to take advantage of the information that's in this course immediately and do something with it, right? Make money. That's the whole point. But one of the parts that we make sure we go over in the course, so this is an insider secret from the course, so be prepared. All right, let's talk wholesale language. I see a lot of people make a lot of mistakes on this. All right, as a wholesaler, all right, and we stress a couple keywords in my course, right? But as a wholesaler, you indeed are the industry expert. All right, you are running a wholesale enterprise. That's a key word from our course, okay? Wholesale enterprise, all right? So while you're running your wholesale enterprise, you as a real estate investor, as a wholesaler, you're a real estate investor, right? Whether you see it or not, whether you're actually putting a dollar in, whether it's on earnest money, whether you're putting your time in, your space in, you're using your paper, using your internet, you're investing in real estate. You're a wholesale enterprise. All right. So while you're doing that, though, you have to be mindful of the language that you use. All right. So let's talk about that. Right. So we talked about wholesale enterprise. We know that you're a real estate investor. Let's talk about scoring a deal. And I won't go too deep into the dynamics between what things you should do to get your first deal and all of that, because I have some other videos already on that. And if you make sure you log into my course, all right, it's going to be less than like $80. All right. You log into this course and I'm telling you guys, the title isn't just the title. 5K before 5 o'clock is real. All right. So we'll go over that in the course. So let's get back to it. So in the language, right, when you are working on a deal, let's say you have a home under contract. All right. I'm sorry. You have a home in your focus, right? You have a home that you're looking at getting under contract. You found this house by doing driving for dollars. All right. So you got this house. You're excited. I mean, it's beat down. It's the worst of the worst. This house is a perfect opportunity to wholesale because right around the corner, there's been 8-9 flips. All right. So you see some opportunity. And for whatever reason, you're not interested in flipping it. You're focused strictly on wholesaling, getting this property to an end investor. So when you reach out to this homeowner, all right, and you let them know, hey, my name is Javaris. All right. I'm with Concept Properties. I'm a local real estate investor in the area, and me and my partners are purchasing in your area. We were curious because we were driving around and we seen your property. As we're seeing a lot of activity in the area, we wanted to know, what are your plans for this property? And he paused. You shut up. All right. You let them respond with what their plans are. And what you want to do is you want to get out of them, right, what their plans are to engage in that conversation. Once you infuse their plans into that conversation, you build your reply around that. So I'm the guy that's getting rid of the house. Well, Javaris, that property's been in my family for a long time. To be honest with you, it's getting on my nerves. Every year I'm paying the taxes on it. It's not much going on. I got this landscaper cutting the grass, but he only sends me a bill every couple of months. All right. Don't really have any plans for it. I'm thinking about getting rid of it. Back in character. I'm Javaris again. Well, sir, listen, actually, I drove by and I was curious because the grass was rather high. Actually, the grass was almost taller than me. All right. So curious if you don't mind, sir, once we get a little further in the conversation, I could actually have a landscaper go over there and take care of that for you, or I can try to get in touch with that landscaper to help you out. But outside of that, sir, um, listen, would you be open to a meeting to discuss possibly making an offer on this property? I mean, I would love to take a look at it first at the inside, but based on the numbers that I see in the area, I kind of feel good about making an offer for you, right? So he may respond to that in a positive way, in a negative way, right? But what you just did was you allowed him to know that you care, right? You allowed him to know that you're willing to invest your time into it by talking to his landscaper or even sending your own. You haven't asked him for a dime for it, right? And I would say be prepared if you're going to do something like that. If the conversation does go towards, him wanting to see if you're really going to send a landscaper over there for a $50 cut, do it if you feel like the contract is worth it. All right. I'm not saying go cut everybody's grass. I'm saying get a good feel for the conversation. Watch your language. All right. Watch your language. Listen to their language. All right. So you guys set up a time and maybe meeting is not possible because they live in another state. Y'all do a Zoom call or Ring Central. All right. Y'all do a Zoom call or a Ring Central. You do some type of video call. And y'all go over the property. You go over some ideas. You kind of tell them a little bit about your background, right? You're investing in the area. I would say try to make that call video. All right. Listen, they can't reach you. They can't touch you. All right. Make it a video. Show your face. Smile. Have on a nice collared shirt or a button down. Something like, don't look like this. All right. Let them know that you're serious about what you're doing. All right. And I'm not telling you to dress in a tuxedo, but look comfortable to match the language that you're going to be putting out. All right. And then let's see, have that conversation with them. The goal of that conversation is to see how soon you can put your hands on the property. Get your hands on the property. All right. So you make that meeting, goes well. You don't make any promises. You just let them know you're really interested in seeing it. Then getting back with your partners to kind of talk about a game plan or a strategy. All right. Mind those words. You're going to go over with your partners a game plan or a strategy. All right. Once you get done with that conversation, then you need to move to going to the property. Get to the property. Take advantage of what's going on at the property as far as the details. All right. Get you some good notes. All right. Pay attention to damages, obviously. I would say walk it with a contractor if you have a friendly contractor. That way, even if you're thinking of considering flipping it yourself, then you already have some notes. And even if you're not considering flipping it yourself, you have some great notes. And when you do your marketing post, investors will know not only does somebody do their research, but it helps them come up with their strategy a little bit easier, right? And that builds that relationship with you and that investor to say, listen, when Javaris posts a property, he gives me square footage. He gives me the lot number. He gives me the lot size. He tells me what kind of damages I should be immediately focused on. If I see termite damage, if I see floor joist damage, ceiling joists, if I see sags in the roof, he tells me those things. So that way, when I'm doing my numbers, I can look at it and go, you know what, Javaris, that sounds like a good deal. I'll give you $50K for it. All right. So do that information, get that while you're at the property, compile all your notes, get back with the guy or gal and do it fast. All right. Understand that if you're looking at them, it's possibly always think that it's possibly other people looking at them as well. So you want to get back in touch with them as soon as possible. Right. And you want to reach out to them and tell them, listen, I think I'm ready to make a deal. I want to put this in front of some of my other investor partners. I've already taken a look at it. I was by myself today, or I went with my contractor. What do you think about X amount? Make your offer. All right. Obviously, by now, especially if you took my course, you know what systems to use. I'm not going to talk about that in this video because there's so many of them. But you've used system, you've ran comps, you've looked at the numbers, some of the damages and different things like that. So when you talk to them, you're letting them know, listen, I noticed that, the floor was horrible. Like I said, the landscaping is pretty bad. It's actually a tree right over the house. It's going to have to account for that. I always ask them, what are you looking to get out of this house? Right? Put the ball back in their court. Watch the language. What are you looking to get out of this house? Right? And a lot of times they'll say, or sometimes they'll say, I'm just looking for a couple of bucks. You know, I mean, I know the taxes this, da da da. You know what? I tell you what, I just want 30,000 out of the deal. And you say, 30,000 cash, and if that fits within your number, don't play negotiate to kill the bird. All right, take the number, know what you can mark it up to, get the property sold. All right, if that doesn't work, then definitely use some of those notes. Right, I wouldn't give it all to them in the beginning of the call, because work them through it. You know what, 30,000, that's gonna be kind of tough. I mean, based on the damage that I'm seeing, the work it's gonna take. I mean, and then if I rehab this home, and or me and my partners decide to rehab it and keep it as a rental, tax difference, rental income, the mortgage, it's got to be closer to 20. I need you to accept on this, right? So that's when you can use those negotiation tactics and go from there. All right. Again, watching that language. So you get the house under contract. You guys agree on 30,000. Now, this is where it's key. All right. Make sure that they understand. Again, if you've taken my course, once it launched, then you'll see I give you a contract. I give you a contract in my course. All right. I'm fine with it. It's enough meat on the bone for us all to eat. All right. So I give you a contract in my course, but it's pretty simple for you to find on Google. And I think there's several other YouTubers that offer free contracts. But you need a purchase and sale agreement as well as an assignment contract. All right. So look for both of those, a purchase and sale and assignment contract. So once you get that home under contract, then you're going to go out here and you're going to start your marketing. Again, investors are going to love you because you're going to hit them with some great details. Also in my course, and I'm going to stop saying this in a second, I also give you an example of what my postings look like when I blast it out to my cash buyers, right? So if you have a cash buyer list already, excellent. You're in great shape. Get this information out to them, break it down, all right, and make sure that you tell them information about the property. You do photos. I use Google Drive. I put my photos on there, and then I make a public folder, all right, and then share the link, of course, in my details that I send out. Excuse me. All right, and then if you're not sending out to a cash buyer list, go ahead and feel free to send it out to, if you do Facebook, or if you do Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, wherever you're blasting your property out, your local CREA group. All right. So, but do make sure you're not wasting investors' time too, right? Be very clear in your details. Watch your language. All right. Is there a key box to get in? Did you put a key box so they can go look at the property? Are you meeting people there? Appointment only. What days? What times? Is your schedule free to meet that? The phone number so people can reach you. I hate when wholesalers post a property and they don't put a phone number on there. I hate it, right? Because it just says that things are going to be difficult, right? And I know email is pretty quick and everybody can do it from anywhere, but sometimes people are slack in responding. So, and in this game, it's fast. So you want to make sure that you have all your stuff in order. Make sure the details are key. Make sure the photos are clear. I tag my photos. All right, if I'm taking my photos, I'm tagging them. Also put a clause, a disclaimer in there to make sure nobody is sharing my deals without my permission. You do not share my deals without my permission, and I don't automatically do JV deals. All right, JV is joint venture. All right, if you are interested in doing a joint venture deal with me, you got to call me. I do. I have a massive cash buyer list. I'm proud of my cash buyer list. And right now I'm shooting somewhere around 85 to 90% of the deals I post get sold. All right. And a good bit of the ones that if I don't sell them, I flip them myself. All right. So it takes time to build that. All right. I have a relationship with a realtor. I have a relationship with contractors. All right. I have that stuff set up, but it took time. If you want to do that, not only do you want to take my course, but you also want to make sure that you put the time into building it. All right. I know sometimes people do wholesale part-time. Sometimes people do it full-time. I've had the privilege to experience both. Full-time for a very long time. Then I got into part-time because we started finding some other ways to maximize income in between your wholesale deals. All right. I'm not one of these gurus closing 30 wholesale deals a month. I think that's incredible. I think I would love to have a wholesale enterprise that's doing that, but I'm not there right now, and I'm okay with it. I'm probably averaging 2, maybe 3 deals every month. Sometimes it skips a month. All right, but I make sure there's enough margin in my deals to carry me. And then I still have time to do things like this, to do things like property management, and again, to flip houses. We also do some new construction. So I don't want to make this deal too long. So to wrap it up, make sure that your post is right. Make sure that you watch your language. Join my e-course. I also have a Discord group. All right, that right now you will get in once you sign up for the e-course. And then we're going to start letting others in. So I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. Wholesale is what we do. I am Mr. J. Howard with Concept Business Success. I'm super excited to see you at the bank. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and I'll continue throwing out these tips. Watch your wholesale language. Thank you.